Hi guys, so today I have this sweet set brought to you from Die & Press to HSN to review. It's the Stamp and Die Slice of Thanks, I guess pun intended when I said it was a sweet set. They did send these items free of charge for my review, and of course all opinions are my own. And any links I have in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items to those links. So thanks for using those, guys. Oh my goodness, I love the size of this die. I had seen it in the sneak peek, like the email blast that Die & Press puts out. But how cute is this? I mean, that's definitely A2 size. Let's get a quick measurement on that guy. Yeah, so for A2 mat, so it's 5 by 3 3/4. So you have basically half an inch around from this little cutie. Look at the rickrack, you guys. How cute would that be to cut that out and then actually sew it right down? Oh, adorable. So we have those guys. Let's look at the inspo sheet and then we'll go and look at everything else that's in here. So we have our little pie, super cute. You have the top that you can stamp separate from the bottom, and then you die cut it. And then this one has either the top to make it look like a pumpkin pie or something like that, and then you have like a little lattice that you can pair up with the pie tin. You have the, from the top facing, so you have that, and then you can add the little lattice work if you would like, or you can add the little center, like an apple pie kind of thing. And then you have the die to cut that right, so it's the shape. Slices with lattice. So you have pumpkins and whip and a cute little, very like a sketch drawn thing here. Super cute. Look at this one with the little lattice. We have a little apple, and then of course that cute like placemat, just background looking piece. I just love it. The little steam, and steam also has a die cut if you would like. The cherries, little oval, and then you know you can use that for your sentiment or however you want to use it. But we have Pie love you. May your day be filled with love. Sending a slice of thanks. Hello to my pie pal and my pie pal, and then a bunch of other little sentiments there. This is how they designed this one. Some inspo there for you. So we saw the dies, and of course the dies that we just discussed, and then this is the set. I love the fall colors they use on the carrier. Really cute. And you know the pies themselves are a good size too. This is like almost 2 1/4, I guess, inches round, and then you have those pieces, that top part, and then your little tin. Super cute. So let me grab some paper and we'll get right to it. So I have a standard A2 size card base. If you're making your own card, that would be 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. I have this cute little pattern. Could have made my little, I was in my mind I'm thinking of like a placemat look, but I could have made this the actual placemat, but I'm gonna have it as a background so it's more of like your tablecloth. And then I have some cream color and some brown cardstock here that I'm going to cut down from my other portions there. So it's 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Again, I like 8s. If you like 4 by 5 1/4 or mat the whole thing, whatever you like. And over here I have this cream color paper that I'm just going to cut this guy out of. And then I'm going to place this as like on either side. But what I was thinking about doing is doing these first and then gluing them down and then running them through the machine. I don't know if that's a great idea or not, but that way I don't have to cut it later, you know, because they're obviously longer than this part. So what I'm going to do is run 2 of these through, guys, to get 2 dark brown rickracks, and I'll be right back. Oopsie. And my folder popping a little bit. Okay. So with this, what I was planning on doing is just kind of eyeballing, or maybe even mark with a pencil. Just so I know where these are, but just about where I want them to be. So something like that, you know, and then I'll glue them down and then I'll run it through. So just kind of eyeballing that. Just a little glue right down the center, not too much. I don't really want to wait for that too much. So there's that. I did trim down my paper. That also helps me see kind of where I'm putting them. Yeah, we can make it exactly the same, I suppose. So I'm going to let that dry though, because I don't really want to put wet glue through my machine. See, just even having done what I did, it kind of moved it, because that's what happens, because it's still wet. And then I'm going to trim this end off. So once I feel it's dry enough, I'm just going to run this whole thing all together through my die cutting machine, through the marquee, and just kind of eyeballing left and right where we're at. And if I'm happy with that, that's where I'll do it right there. gonna tape that down, but again, I am gonna wait just, you know, a few minutes and I'll be back. Okay guys, let's see how this came out. I probably should have picked those off before I came back. Sorry guys. And there we go. And again, that's just because I wanted that design option, the little rickrack, but I didn't want to then have to cut the scallops part of it where it ended up, you know, so this worked out really well. With that little piece there. And then we're going to have this guy just right there. And then I'm going to grab some alcohol ink marker paper and we're going to do some stamping and some coloring, and I will be right back. So this is, again, alcohol ink marker paper. Just looking at my options here, I think what I'm going to do is a pie that looks like this on top, and one that has like a pumpkin pie look, and then we need the pan. So I'm going to stamp these. Of course, you have a die that is going to have to be lined up correctly, right, for it to look right when you go to do this, but I'm gonna go ahead and just stamp by hand. Why not? And I'm gonna use hybrid ink because I do want to then color this in with the little accents of, you know, alcohol ink. So I'm just going to press that one down, and that is the top of my pie with some brown ink. Cute. And then the base of the pie, again, you can line this up however you like. Oh, I actually have a silver, or a gray, should I say. So I'm going to use gray, why not? And again, I'm just eyeballing right down the center. Now if you want to do this first, do the die cut first and then do this, you'll know exactly if your die is going to fit in there, you know, perfectly, but that looks pretty good. And I'm doing the same thing with this one, just stamp that with the brown and stamp this one with the gray. Got a little closer. I just have some very basic colors. I just grabbed like a medium gray, and I'm just gonna use the one to do this part, but basically just kind of come in here and add a little something. And it doesn't even have to be that much, to be honest, just kind of fluff it out there, and then just a little extra on the very edges, just to make it look like you used a couple different colors, right? Again, on this one I do have a little skinny edge that'll help me come in here, and a little nib, just kind of define that again. I'll do the same thing with this guy, and I'll just leave that open in the center. No big deal. I can grab a light one too and kind of bring it in if we wanted. I grabbed these colors. I don't know how these are gonna do as far as what I'm thinking. Let's see. I want it to look baked, but at the same time, yeah, so maybe what I'll do is I'll just kind of come in here a little bit. Again, I use the same, you know, brown to stamp with, and then this, so it makes a little difference there. You don't see it as well as if you had stamped in black. So I'm just going to go around and just carefully kind of color this guy in. And I'm going to leave those open, and maybe I'll come in and color that with some other, I don't know, what do you think, like a yellowish color? Again, just a little color. You guys know I don't do too much. There we go. And then I'll just go around the little flutes here, okay, all around. Maybe blend that in a little bit more. And this other one, I brought in some oranges, so I will do brown around the crust, the same browns I just did. And then on the inside, I chose two colors. I don't remember. That one's good. And then is this one darker? Yeah, so maybe I'll come in here like this. I was looking for like a cinnamony orange, but I just have oranges. So go with that one. It'll be super pumpkin-y, this one here. Probably gonna be cute if you had like just like a brown. You can add some little speckles too if you want, right? Just a little something, because I know sometimes pumpkin pies use that little nutmeg or whatever it is that you add in there. So that's that. Okay, I'll be back. On my tin, I will bring in the lightest gray and just bring it a little bit closer because I left it a little too far out. So with this one, just bring it across and just kind of try to blend that last little bit out right there. And just like that. Okay, so again, still bringing it in from over here to start blending that dark area right out. So it gives it a roundness. There you go. And we are going to die cut this now. Let me see if I can see this clearly. It's this one and this one. Yeah, because he has a little mound there, and then this guy. I can see through that pretty well, but if you wanted to, and you know, me, you can definitely run it through a drop shadow. I'm trying to think if I want to do... Yeah, let's put some gold behind them. We can drop shadow them, and that'll be cute. So we have this guy, and I am using a color that I can drop shadow with, so I can still use it, even after I use it as an aperture. We're going to run this through. This is just how you can get really good placement for your dies. Oh, hopefully I was in frame because I closed up to show you guys my coloring. And then sometimes I get like way off. I'm used to just recording in a certain space, you know? So we have that, and then we can pop this guy out, and I have that for a drop shadow if I want. And then with this guy, I'll do the same thing with the other one, but you do is you go like this, and you kind of look through there, and again, very little edge on this one, which is great. We love that. So I'll just leave it about here. That looks pretty good. Make sure you get right back in that same spot that you were. If you want to put an extra piece of tape, go ahead, but this one pretty much met up where you need it to be. And when we pop that guy out, we just have a really nice placement. Look at that. And then I have my little drop shadow if I want to use that, or down here, or however. So I'll do the same thing for the other one. Okay, so I have my second one here. And again, cut right perfectly. How cute is that? Let me bring this back over and see what where we're at here. So I had like this guy up here, and we do have a little whipped cream if you want to put whipped cream on that little guy. I'm trying to see if I want to off shadow it or something like that. Okay, we can play with that in just a minute. Let me see about the sentiments. I'll be right back. I was just kind of setting this up and see where I'd be if I had that there. So how about we stamp "May your day be filled with love" in brown ink. I'm just kind of keeping a certain like color way. I have this beautiful paper here. I'm just gonna eyeball that. So just stamping it. It's acrylic stamp, so you might want to do it a couple times if it doesn't quite take the first time. And this is also a, what's that word? Textured paper, and I'm stamping on the side that's not as textured, but you're still going to have, you know, that texture kind of coming through. So I'll just stamp it one more time, and I'll be good with that. Okay, and then this guy. So I'm just going to cut this down a little bit, obviously run this through, and I'll be right back. Cute. Yep, okay, so how about we put this guy right here and just flat, and then we'll pop up our little pies in a fun way. So let's have "May your day be filled with love," and then these guys, what do we want, something like this? Sure. So a little drop shadow like to the left and a little bit up, and I'll do the same thing with this one. Okay guys, so just to be a little more fun, of course I'm going to turn the pies in little directions. This one has some lower profile dimension on the back of it than this one. This one's a little bit higher, just so it has, again, more dimension. Alright guys, well thanks for watching. Thank you so much, Die Impressed, for sending these items for review. Super cute set. I mean, so much you can do. Obviously all kinds of extra little doodads with like the cherries and the whipped cream and all kinds of fun things like that. So I will have the links for you in the description box. I'll have images coming up, and I will see you all at the next one. Bye now.